Gyro, I guess, is one of those heroes that can fight very, very early as bait now. Go into the Mars. That's fair enough. You don't want to leave the Mars available for chicken fighters because Mars having the Arena of Blood into the cooldown is pretty devastating. I think chicken fighters, their game plan is the Dream Call into the cooldown. But I do like the Mars pickup.
10 seconds remaining.
That does make it so this Lana should be a position 4 pick, as chicken fighters now going for the Legion Commander. And the Legion Commander can be quite useful, especially up against all the disables of bait. Just being able to use the press the attack and purge off any disables is quite nice.
10 seconds remaining.
That Mars Spear may not be quite as effective as they would hope.
Remaining. Radiant team banned.
Okay, they're going to the Lifestealer. Because we've seen this hero really drop in win rate just based off the Maelstrom changes. The Maelstrom Halberd build that we're used to seeing on the Lifestealer, not quite as effective as it used to be. Though up against the Gyro Legion Commander, still going to be pretty useful, especially the Halberd.
10 seconds remaining.
That will put a lot of reliance though on this Mars to get some really nice arenas out. Otherwise the Lifestealer probably will just get kited around.
Dire team ban.
But with that Lifestealer, you even have a way of kind of making it so that they can't just win duels that easily. Just infesting the duel target and increasing their HP will make it very, very hard for these duels to become victories for the chicken fighter side. You see that final ban from chicken fighters now, getting rid of the Grimstroke, which
10 seconds remaining.
there is still space for the Meepo. I think that Grimstroke ban does kind of indicate the possibility of a Meepo coming out. Then again, do you want to leave something like a Medusa again? It doesn't seem like chicken fighters would pick Medusa up this game, but you never really know. Feels like Meepo is probably the safest ban to make.
Dire team.
They do get rid of it. Okay. No Meepo this game for chicken fighters.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Straight into the Razor. I like it. Gonna be a very hard lane for the Legion Commander now in that off lane. Could be a safe, or rather, a mid lane Razor, but a mid lane Razor up against what from chicken fighters? I thought it may have been a safe lane, but of course the Lifestealer is there. So that should be a Dendi Razor.
5 seconds remaining.
Chicken fighters don't really have much time to think about this. Okay, they go into the SF. I like it. I like it quite a lot. Of course, the Requiem of Souls is going to be very frustrating to deal with for pretty much everyone on the side of bait. You get a nice Arena of Blood, the Lifestealer runs in, the Razor runs in, you just cast Requiem and they all start running away, thanks to that fear. Still going to be a bit of a hard lane for this SF, because he doesn't have the biggest range in the world, so if Dendi can close the gap, that static link is going to be very, very painful for Supreme. Once you get past the laning stage, it becomes a completely different story for Supreme, but before that, it may be a little bit difficult. They are still the heavy favorites in this matchup, it seems.
10 seconds remaining.
It is going to be the support sniper. There it is.
5 seconds remaining.
Quack, quack. Charlie on the safe lane gyro. Seneko going to be playing the support puck. Gotta love seeing King R on that Rubik. Just such a fantastic Rubik player. We should be getting into this game very, very soon. Game number 2. Bait definitely need to win this one to force it to a game 3. Of course, after this series, the night isn't over. We do have Unique versus Khan in another best of 3. So more Dota to come. Some nice numbers there on the King R Rubik. And we'll get into it. Now I'm going to throw the sniper in the off lane. He'll be with the Legion Commander. Supreme, of course, going to be in the mid SF. Standard stuff. Bring 2 mangoes with him as well. Ready for those raises. Bait. And I have King R and Ghostic in their off lane. Of course, you've got that nice lift into the spear combination that you can run with the Mars Rubik. It's very, very effective in the laning stage. The good luck and have fun's coming out from both teams, which is always good to see. Good sportsmanship from both sides. Milan already has the that passive W ability. I'm not sure what it's called because I never play sniper. You have a pause coming out from Milan. Thank you, Mr. Cameraman. Always on top of things with production. Looking at these frontal views of the beautiful Legion Commander. Seneko gonna get chased down by King R. And Charlie actually already falling very low on the gyro. King R does find 1 bounty, but it looks like Chicken Fighters may be able to find the 3rd. So Seneko does make it a 3-to-1 trade. Saberlight apparently very, very angry on that Legion Commander. But a 3-for-1 trade, a great start for this Radiant side. Dendi immediately in the mid lane. Static Link to go out. 19 damage for himself. Supreme on the SF already has such low base damage to begin with. 42 minus 19. It's going to be a very, very rough lane until he gets a couple souls up. We'll just have to rely on the raises to get those few initial last hits. That is why you saw those early mangoes being purchased by the SF as Milan. What is your courier doing, Milan? It's going to run up the hill. Milan going to be forced to TP out and will be okay, just barely. His courier is just still sitting there, but it does start running off now. Saberlight going to be chased down by LeBron. They're just trying to pull this creep wave away. They'll get away with it.
Get off my lawn!
PO65 going after the support sniper. Milan will take a last hit for himself, but now the open woods come out and Pio will punish Milan for this. He's definitely dead here. First blood will go to the way of bait. That was a very risky play there from Milan. I guess he maybe expected there not to be open wounds available this early, but Pio does hit level 2 and just skills it up for an easy kill. Ghostic having a pretty good time on the Mars down in the off lane. Charlie on the gyrocopter just not really able to find many last hits yet.
Your top tower
Lane is just a
under
little
attack.
bit too scary to go into. Every time you get close to those creeps, you're always afraid of the lift coming out from King R. Now LeBron, very, very deep on the slider. Does get a double stun off, but should die eventually as Milan is still quacking away. It will chase him down. Shrapnel will be there, and Saberlight does manage to pick up the kill. Milan starts off with the tips. He did this yesterday as well. Just tips every single person that dies.
His family will understand.
It's going to make it a 1-1, about 3 minutes in. Supreme getting very lucky as well. Finds a double damage rune, so that really allows him to escalate his farm in this mid lane, as Dendi won't be able to out-deny him now. Just one rune you'd love seeing as an SF in the laning stage.
Oh, that's good.
Ghosting. Top of the last hit sport on this Mars. LeBron tried to make a rotation through the mid lane. Milan TP'd but ends up cancelling it. Main's up at the top lane. Ghosting throws a spear out, but the homing missile is going to follow him down. We'll have King R there to help him out anyway, and the lift into the gyrocopter will stop any form of chase.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Dendi now has a static link off on Supreme. Doesn't really get much out of it. A lot of damage, that's for sure, but not much damage onto the SF.
Oh, that's good.
It's got to be the most frustrating thing. Every time you hear that quacking sound, Theo just trying to keep his cool while he's trying to get these farm up.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Oh, Slaughter dropping very low. Top lane, Supreme does pick up another kill on the SF. Even gets the bottled bounty rune. We'll take another one for his trouble. It's going to make it a 2-1 now. 1k net worth lead already for Chicken Fighters. Seneko now going to go up against King R. We'll end up backing off. Ghostic was looping around on the Mars. Only very, very low at mid lane, but does salve up. Can be a little bit frustrating up against an SF, because once you stack up that raise damage, it really starts to escalate.
Your middle tower is under attack.
King R is going to make a bit of a rotation now, try to set up a kill onto Supreme. Here a static link going off. Supreme does manage to walk out of range. King R is around the area, but now without that static link available, there's going to be no gank attempt, as they will at least find a regen rune, but that isn't actually cancelled off. The raise doesn't reach. So Dendi will get the full benefit of the regen rune. LeBron, meanwhile, getting chased down top lane. Saberlight hasn't hit 6 yet, so can't go for a duel attempt. Pio. It's man fighting Saberlight. Shrapnel will come in. LeBron thought about a stun. Won't go for it. Headshots coming out of Milan. LeBron will safely get out of there. So much laughing going on this map.
Not by a long shot.
Spear. Nice spear actually. Finds those neutral creeps. Ghostic. Maintaining the last hits on his side of things. 45 and 6 now on the Mars. It's farming so darn well. Instead of rushing the Soul Ring, he really just felt like he could go for the Bracer Wand instead. We'll have the Soul Ring in just a second anyway. There it is. So really has felt zero pressure in this offlane. He's ahead of the Gyrocopter in farm at the moment. So Milan can rotate back up onto PO65. This lane does get a little bit harder for PO as time goes on. You can see Saberlight really dominating this lane in terms of net worth. Just being willing to man fight PO. Not really afraid as that Legion. LeBron could be in trouble. He gets slowed down by this Shrapnel. They shouldn't really have the damage, or maybe they do. That's a lot from that one raise. Shrapnel's flying out. LeBron will be okay. But Supreme isn't done. He's still chasing. He's now Saberlight's here. Supreme should be able to get a raise off and does find it eventually. Milan again giving him the tip. 3-1 now. And do they find Pio? Shrapnel's fly out. He just committed rage and now the duel comes out. It's going to be an easy victory as Supreme is still around the area. That is your first duel being committed and first victory being achieved by Chicken Fighters. It's a bit unfortunate as Pio just had used the rage up, so he couldn't even at least rage through the duel. So the raise damage is going to be way too high.
Structures are fortified.
Now they will just go ahead and secure that top tier 1. I think Beta going to try and do the same thing. Ghostic is kind of alone on the Mars though. Seneko almost baiting him towards their tier 1. He does have more rotating in. Here comes the Razor Dendi trying to set up on Seneko. They do pick up the kill.
Ah, burned flesh.
Chicken Fighters will maintain a 2k net worth lead at least for now. We are about to approach that 10-minute mark. Banner runes will be spawning up soon. You'll see Milan taking a bit of farm priority in that mid lane while SF is gone. He has actually hit that level 6 mark as well, so he does have Assassinate up on this support sniper.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
While Charlie just desperately trying to get his Maelstrom up on this Gyrocopter. His farm was a little slow in the lane, so he's kind of forced to just farm up quickly in the jungle as bait now. Gonna rotate back into the mid lane. Perhaps set up on the tier 1 as they do have a siege creep available. The only thing is though, pushing a tower while there's a sniper defending is just hellish. They won't even bother trying. In fact, there may be a big team fight mid. Arena of Blood was dropped. It didn't lead to anything. Looks like they just wanted to make sure Saberlight couldn't chase them down. They are taking the T1 mid, I believe, Chicken Fighters. Going to be able to claim it. I don't see anyone defending. Dendi does rotate in. Seneko does have Dream Call available if he wishes to commit. Ghostic now may get caught out. Dream Call though.
That's no good.
No, it is not. Seneko barely missing out. Just wasn't quite in range to catch out Ghostic. Bit of a shame as they had the Legion Commander, they had the SF. It would have been a very, very easy duel victory once again. Both teams just appear committed to farming for now. Like, it's a much slower paced game between these two. No one really willing to take risks. Does feel like the farm game does suit chicken fighters more though. Like, you've got a gyro that is not very far behind, but it is still far behind for a gyrocopter. You've got a support sniper who can transition to a semi-core if you give him enough time. It looks like they're just trying to ensure Pio has an armlet up before they wanted to go, and, well, he doesn't really have it up, but they're going to go anyway. With the smoke invested in Ghostic, they want to make use of that Arena of Blood. It'd be amazing if they can find Supreme, and they are right near that SF, but Supreme starts walking away from the camp he just took. Now Saberlight actually breaks the smoke, and they're going to try and turn this Ghostic, getting ready for the arena, but there's the Requiem. Jewel going to come out. LeBron goes down. Now the Infest, he's jumped out, but the Dream Call's there from Seneko. Pio going to try and TP out with the Rage. Does he make it in time? He does, but you've lost two heroes for the price of nothing. And Saberlight was just there with an Invis Rune at the right time. A very unfortunate series of events for Bait. And now they look to claim that mid-tier 1 tower. Back to Dendi, static link. Gonna break it immediately, but King R probably gonna die here on the Rubik. In fact, never mind, that uphill miss does save his life. Seneko will be the one to die, but the Assassinate, he goes down eventually. Still Supreme now gonna be in trouble on the SF. Still trying to run away, but doesn't have any way of escaping this surely. He'll turn around with some razors, going after LeBron, and actually gets the kill before he does go down. But now Ghostic, Arena of Blood, misses the God's Rebuke, gets the spear off with the Plasma Field. They do claim the kill, and now Dendi chasing for more. He wants Saberlight, he'll get Saberlight. A triple on the Razor. And Bait turn this team fight back around their way. And it'll be their turn to try and claim a tier 1 tower in that mid lane.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Great team fight from Bait, just understanding their strengths. They still had that arena, they knew they could go back in. Seneko just kind of dived a little too far as the puck going after the Rubik kill. So that makes it an 8-6. The 2k net worth lead does still remain for the side of Chicken Fighters. PO65 finally has the armlet up. And he'll go straight into a Desolator after that.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Supreme. Interesting build there, the Dragonlance Crystallis. Ghostic gets the spear off onto Seneko. That T1 though falling, and it looks like Milan's is going to go ahead and take it. In fact, Charlie grabs it. Arena of Blood, but the jewel's already out. Dream Coil, they clean up Ghostic. Still the team fight will continue as now Bait, they're moving forward. They want to fight. Dendi with the static link draining so much mana off the Legion. Seneko as well, about to fall Dendi. He does find the Legion Commander. Can they get Seneko on the puck? He salves up, he orbs away. He does have a TP available. But it looks like they are going to chase him down. And it looks like they have caught out the puck. And Seneko does end up falling as well. Another great team fight from Bait, and it just seems to be off the back of the Dendi Razor. Every time he sees a good static link off, he just wants to go. Chicken Fighters weren't feeling confident enough to fight into it. Again, you'll see Charlie and the Gyrocopter just not anywhere near farmed enough to really get involved in these team fights yet.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Surprisingly enough, this tier 1 bot tower still exists. Ghostic will go ahead and finish that off.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Saberlight.
Your top
LeBron
tower
gonna run up
is
the
under
hill. He
attack.
will spot out this Legion. Bait were moving forward trying to find a lift
Your
opportunity.
bottom tower is under attack.
Won't find one.
Your top tower is under attack.
LeBron gives a tip over to Saberlight. This PO Lifestealer build, very, very different. It is what I was kind of expecting. Like, I knew the Armlet Desolator was coming, but after that, he's queued up straight away to go for a heart. Ooh, lift is going to be there. King R just finding it as the orb is going out, and they do grab the kill.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Seneko tried to jaunt a little early, couldn't quite get to the low ground. As ChFighters, they won't mind that kill anyway. They're going for a Roshan attempt. They have plenty of damage in the Gyro and SF. And Bait, they are trying to react in time. Do they make it? They've got to jump in right here, right now. It looks like they will not. Aegis has already been claimed by Supreme. Now, Teamfight, Arena of Blood. They have the high ground advantage to the side of Bait. This should be a good one for them. Saberlight trying to heal up Charlie. Now Requiem comes in and the duel as well. Saberlight, he claims one. LeBron goes down to Supreme on the SF. And Dendy, he tries to come in with a plasma field but finds nobody with it.
Sound strategy.
It looked like a great team fight for them. They had the high ground, they had the arena. They just didn't have the damage. And you got to be so careful not to get caught out on that Razor right now. He's got no friends around. Pio will pop up, but he's definitely not ready to fight yet. Maybe soon, as the Desolator is on the way.
Your top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire structures are fortified. Your top
T2 is
tower
now going to be
under
under siege.
attack.
Supreme taking care of the top one. Bait will start pressuring the bottom tier 2. Mako in position for a
Your
nice
top
stream
tower
coil.
is under attack.
The rest of Bait are around, and it looks like ChFighters won't be taking a team fight anytime soon, so Seneko just going to try and get out with the orb. King R looking for a lift, Ghost Stick, he does get the arena off. Seneko now trapped up. King R with the lift, the spear into the walls. There's nobody there to help. Supreme tries to TP in. In fact, are they really going to go for a team fight now? They want to. They'll keep moving forward, but I think this is a bit of a bait from Bait.
Invisibility.
ChFighters will lay off. Here comes Saberlight though with another Invis Rune. Spots out Ghost Stick, wants to go for the kill. He's got Milana's backup damage, but I don't think that's going to be quite enough. Instead, he could opt to go for King R. He does go for the Jewel, but it is right next to the Mars. Still, he does have Supreme, so he does get the victory. Now they chase down towards Dendy. Saberlight won't have the Jewel to hold him down.
This will come in handy.
They'll just take their outpost back. Dendy, though, will get started with the Static Link. Saberlight just not learning his lesson, wants to go for it again. So Seneko gonna loop around and has Dream Call available and does commit it straight away. Saberlight blinking forward. Dendy will pop the BKB, and now the Dream Call really isn't as effective as Saberlight. Gonna lose his life on the Legion Commander. ChFighters, do you really want to keep fighting? Ghost Stick still has Arena up. Supreme still standing forward, ready to go. Bait will not initiate. They're more than happy to just keep this Lifestealer farming for now. Although Supreme almost getting caught out that arena. So close, but the 4-stuff was there in time. Now, perhaps without the arena, they have a much better chance as they start orbing forward, trying to find a target. Here would be a very nice one. Clumsy net, gonna be there from Seneko. Not gonna hold him down long enough.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Start on the T2 mid. Spear does latch onto a tree. They do purge that off immediately. Another Dream Core. Now Jules straight in the back onto King R. They get rid of the Rubik. He doesn't have buyback. Requiem as well from Supreme, but he's copying a fair bit of damage from Dendi. He'll come back in though. They do grab Saberlight. It's going to be a core for a support trade. Chicken Fighters won't be too satisfied with that at all. They do also manage to hold on to that mid tier 2. And now the Aegis has expired on Supreme, as he does pick up a Daedalus. Spear. Taneko does get caught. Pio straight on top of him and does grab the kill.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Suddenly Bait looking to be in the driver's seat. That net worth advantage and the XP advantage going Bait's way. And it was just a waiting game. Just waiting on Pio to get that farm up on the lifestealer, but now he's looking a lot stronger. You've still got to be worried about the damage output of Supreme on the SF, but after the Requiem's expended, he seems like he's kind of susceptible to just getting ganked up pretty easily. Even Charlie on the Gyro just hasn't really kept up in farm. I mean, he's past the Lifestealer, but the problem with the Gyrocopter is he needs so much more farm to be as effective as the Lifestealer can be with less farm. Arena, Seneko will walk past as the wars were coming up. Second one in a row for Ghostic, but you've got to try. Chicken Fighters going towards that top lane. Dendi, he's going to TP there. Though they want to go for the fight. They don't get the jewel off though. Saberlight was a little bit too late. Dendi, he popped the BKB, but he's not really sure if he wants to take this fight or not. The whole of Chicken Fighters are there and ready to go. And this escalated quickly. They want to go for a tier 3 out of nowhere. They do not have an Aegis. They just do not seem to care either. Bron, Dream Coil, gonna connect. He does break the tether. Shrapnel will give vision. Call down. Won't land on anybody. I believe that'll be enough. Oh, an immediate smoke infest onto Ghostic. Bait now. Want to get the team fight started on their own terms. Arena, they're going to find Supreme. Immediate spear as well. They weren't expecting it. A great team fight already for Bait as they are going to chase more now. Saberlight, he does purge off the open wounds. Still, he's in a bit of an awkward situation. We'll try and find a spot to TP in. LeBron is on the chase. Saberlight going to go TP. LeBron, do you make it? Not quite.
Sound strategy. Your top tower is under attack.
13 to 14, 1k net worth lead to Bait. Still pretty much anyone's game, but this Dire side is starting to look very, very strong as time goes on. Dendi now is going to find Milan, who goes for the 4-star TP. Does he make it? He does not. Bash the Deeps was ready on LeBron. Mid lane, King R does go down on the Rubik. Some more dual damage to Saberlight. So you get 94 dual damage now. Mid lane. Both teams kind of grouping up there. Charlie, Dream Core gonna be there. He is willing to fight. He pops his BKB straight after the Mars. Requiem comes out. They do pick up the Ghost to kill. Dendi immediately just runs up the river.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Ron with a nice little courier snipe. Looks like both teams are waiting on that next Roshan. Don't really know exactly how long it's gonna be. Looks like it won't be too long. Saberlight looking for a dual target. Static Link will be there. Now bash to the deeps. He's gone too far. He does go down to Dendi. They go for more now. Charlie, they know he doesn't have his BKB ready. He gets 4-star forward. King R comes in. Almost goes down, but they do get the gyrocopter.
Has been killed.
Supreme's going to go for a run. King R does eventually die to Saberlight, but Supreme 4-staffing away. He's trying to kite out Pio. They'll go after LeBron Dota instead. He goes down. Pio now being left alone. Do they have the lockdown for this lifestealer? It looks like Saberlight will just body block him up. Dendi again with the static link straight after Supreme. He does break the link. Another Dream Core comes out from Seneko now. The buybacks are flying out from Beta. The Arena of Blood does finally get dropped onto the Legion Commander. That'll be a dieback on Saberlight. Seneko, phase shift. He will be able to get away. Bait winning another team fight. It does cost them a lot of buybacks, but they get there in the end. And as they won that team fight, the Roshan also ended up respawning. So they'll claim that Roshan. Very well worth it for them. Aegis will go to the Lifestealer Cheese to Dendi on the Razor. Do you actually have a pause coming out? It's a bit harder to see the SF while he's invis. There's the gyrocopter. Bit of an awkward situation there, just trying to fly a helicopter through these buildings. I believe he's actually hit one. Not very good. Oh my goodness, that is disgusting. That's a child you could never love, the Lifestealer. Hideous. Why does his mouth keep moving? What's the best hero in Dota? Rubik. Fantastic as usual. On over this, Mr. Cameraman. We can't see the SF. He's invis right now. Back to the puck. Don't really know what to say about the puck. The Razor being played by Dendi. Almost like he's getting a photo with the shopkeeper. We do have the reconnection coming out. What is that? Lance smoked up in the river. That kind of looks pretty cool, actually. Just like a hunter. Just trying to snipe its prey.
This will come in handy. Here I am.
LeBron just surfing through the river.
Tower is under attack.
Gonna find Milan, though Milan does have some help. In fact, he has a lot of help, LeBron. Immediately, TP's up towards that top mid lane. Saberlight finally throwing out the tip.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
The thing is, Beta's still looking very, very strong, but they would have loved LeBron not to die there. Because now it feels like they're kind of stuck not being able to push or find any objectives.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Does buy a bit more time for chicken fighters
Your bottom tower
to get
is
to
under
where
attack.
they need to be. Even Pio, though, he's about to have a full AC up.
Your top tower is under attack.
And The smoke.
Your top
Chicken
tower
Fighters,
is
they know
under
they have
attack.
20 seconds left before the SF's up though. Nice reactions from Ghost Stick. Blinks away. Wants to try and turn now with his team, but there's a double damage bottle up by Supreme. I don't really know if you want to fight into that, but they get an arena off. Straight on that LC Supreme. He pops the DD. Now Requiem will be used as well. Pio, he won't really be affected by the Requiem. Still the Dream Call in the back. And an Infest away with the Siege Creep. Bait, they'll keep moving forward. King R, nice lift just before he can jaunt away, but the 4-star from Supreme will save Seneko.
Your middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Your middle tower is under attack.
They continue to really control this map. There's the AC coming out now, the LS is LeBron again, may get caught out completely by himself. Seneko with the clumsy net, now the duel comes out. LeBron, maybe he doesn't get the duel victory, or maybe he does. They are going to claim a tier 2 top tower for that. So Bait will still get something out of LeBron's death.
Your top tower is under attack.
Preem again, vised up, or smoked up rather, looking for another team fight, another target. We'll make it very, very obvious though. Ghostic was just staying on the high ground watching that creep wave, and now Milan smoke does get broken. Seneko is right next to him. Ghostic looking for an arena. They will get started onto Dendi. It's a lot of damage coming out, but the static link, he's still so much off the SF. They'll take down Seneko. Milan now going to be chased down. Saberlight. Everyone just getting out of there though. The lift from King R will give Dendi another kill. The Razor now godlike. Dendi's actually sitting at 13-0 with 3 assists. Hasn't died once this game. It has been a pretty fantastic performance on Dendi's part. Pio gonna move forward, a nice spear back on Supreme. He has no way out of this surely. Dropping pretty darn low, does go down. No buyback available on Supreme. This is looking really, really good for Bait as time goes on, as they are gonna claim their first racks of the game. Chicken Fighters, they're going to lose a second. So Nake, you're going to try and slow this down a little bit. No stopping the second racks. Or maybe there is. Overwhelming Hots. Will be enough to actually force them back. They get the range, but they will not get the melee barracks. Aegis does also expire on Pio now, but they're going to smoke up anyway. Infest on Ghost Stick, and Arena is available once again, and he finds a 2-man straight onto Milan, and of course, the Legion Commander, Saberlight will drop. And I think they just go for tier 4s. Pio, he already knows. Straight onto those tier 4s. King R took the press the attack, so now you have a way of speeding up that attack speed of Pio. They'll actually avoid the tier 4s and go for the final racks. They don't want to risk anything. Charlie will drop the call down, but it does nothing.
Your top barracks are under attack.
Ghost Stick getting jumped on by Supreme, but those Razors aren't really doing much as Dendi now. Static Link once again, just jumping in onto Supreme. He can't afford to die. Dream Call gonna be there from the puck. It won't be enough. The Requiem comes out, but this game looks to be over. There's still no buyback available on that SF, so they surely can't defend this last tier 4 and Ancient. The Pio is very low in HP, and they're going to try. Jewel is going to be there onto the Rubik King R. He will end up going down. Saberlight still trying to man up here. Dendi static linking this gyrocopter all the way into the fountain. Now Ghostic and Indy are starting to fall a little bit low, but here comes LeBron holding down Saberlight. Spear is there actually pushing away Saberlight, allowing him to survive. And Ghostic still falling relatively low, but Charlie now going to be in trouble. Seneko trying to help out. It's not going to be enough. Charlie, he will lose his life. And there's the GG call. Chicken Fighters, they've had enough of this game. And Bait will successfully force the series to a game number 3. And this should be a very exciting game number 3. As we shouldn't be taking too long to start. But man, I've got to say, before we head off to the ads, what domination by Dendi. Fantastic razor plate. Final score 16-0 with 7 assists. Did not die once during the game. Had the highest net worth throughout the game the whole time. So there you go. Fantastic performance. We'll be back for game number 3 very, very soon.